Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE NXT episode 532, which was broadcast on October 30th, 2019. So I am really kicking myself for not going on the trip to go and see this show in person, because I had tickets for it, and because I thought the weather was going to be worse than it actually was. I said I didn't want to deal with driving over all the way to the airport to get to my flight super early in the morning and all of that. But hopefully next week we'll have some great matches, because I did book a extremely cheap flight just to go out there and back, just an overnight trip to Orlando. And I mean, the flight is a lot more than the ticket itself, but the tickets for NXT are super cheap. Like, I kind of wish that I lived there. Then I could just go every week, and it would be like my cheapest hobby, by far, to go to NXT every week, if I lived out that way. But anyway, I really enjoyed the show, and that's part of this episode, and that's part of why I'm so upset with myself for not just going. But I am going next week, like I said, but I don't know what any of the matches are going to be. Hopefully there's some good ones. So we had Poppy open up the show, playing the song I Disagree, to the against a backdrop of clips from last week. I really liked this music video montage review of the previous. It was like a previously on music video. I thought that was really cool, and then it transitioned right into Scary Mask, which Io made her entrance to. And so that whole entrance was awesome. And then we had Io versus Candice, which was a fantastic match that just go not just this match, just go watch this entire episode. It was fantastic, top to bottom. But Io defeated Candice, and then Rhea Ripley came out and attacked Io. So that set the stage a little bit more for their conflict there. Finn Balor comes out. He says that he had to lay down for a guy who just got a new mask or whatever, and that he took his own mask off, and we get to see the real him now. And he says there's too many fans in the locker room. They should be out in the audience with everybody else. And he doesn't watch the business watches him. And that Johnny, if he comes at Finn Balor, he's gonna put him in the hospital again. He's gonna be Johnny Watches Wrestling. So there's some good lines in there, and I'm looking forward to see where things go. Then we had Bronson versus Thorn. Bronson won that match. And a nice little showcase for these guys. It's kind of just like a breaking up the pace of the episode a little bit type of match, but it was still nice to have in there. And then we had, I thought that this might be the main event, but it was the first hour main event, which, it was a substantial match. It was like 25-30 minutes, something like that, from the start of the entrances to the end of the aftermath. But we had Team Kick, Dakota Kai, and Tegan Nox versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. The Kabuki Warriors won after Asuka hit the mist on Dakota Kai, while Kairi had the referee distracted, and then Kairi hit the big flying elbow and got the pin. So I didn't take notes of specifics that happened during this match. Like I said, just go and watch this entire episode. It was great. So Shayna and her friends come out, and then Rhea comes to the rescue to save Team Kick from the potential onslaught there. But then Io attacks Rhea as she's making her entrance. Oh, that's right. They were about to destroy Tegan Nox's arm, all ganged up on her. But Rhea comes out. Io comes out. Bianca comes out. They both attack Rhea. So Bianca's a bad guy right now. Candice comes out and attacks Bianca. And there's just a big old brawl. And Regal comes out onto his Regal platform and says, "Enough. Stop it. I have a very simple solution for this." I'm paraphrasing here. I have a very simple solution for this. War games. And this is what I've been hoping for weeks and weeks now. And it's not the people who I thought were going to be on the two sides of it, but because I thought maybe Kairi and Asuka would be involved, but I am just as excited because this is going to be so awesome. So on the women, on the heel side, we have Shayna, Jessamine, and Marina, and Bianca, and Io, of course. And then on the face side, we have Candice and Tegan and Dakota and Rhea, and they did not have a fifth member of their team out there with them. So I think it's probably going to be Mia Yim, but it could be a Toni Storm. It could be, why did I say a Toni Storm? It could be Toni Storm, maybe. But since there was a video package of Mia Yim, I feel like it could be her. It's most likely going to be her. But it would also be cool if Rhea brought in her usual tag team partner, even though they haven't tagged on TV, Reina Gonzalez. There was I saw a video that Reina is challenging Shotzi Blackheart at the next Evolve show. So that would be really cool. I think most likely it's going to be Mia Yim, but I could see them bringing in a surprise excuse me, a surprise teammate for that match. So we'll see. We'll see what goes down there. I am so far behind on NXT UK. I still haven't watched anything since Cardiff. And I don't know how Kaylee Ray has been as champion. She seems really cool, but as we'll see. But first women's War Games. I am so excited, and that's gonna make the whole weekend that's the most excited. The thing I'm most excited for the entire weekend. And it's gonna be an awesome weekend. Let's see. So Shayna and Rhea are the team captains. A little bit disappointed that the captain of Team Kick is not the captain of this team, but the team. I don't know. It's all right. It's okay. Rhea's awesome too. We had Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes. Another awesome match. I thought, wow, we still this episode has been so great already. It's a half past the second hour, and we're getting this match already. I didn't realize this wasn't the main event either. Grimes won the match after a distraction by Killian Dane, and then Dane attacked Tyler Bate and had a message for him that he is not done with Pete. Done. Yeah. Then we had the announcement that Shayna and Rhea would be the team captains. And then our main event, Keith Lee teamed up with Matt Riddle to face off against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. So, of course, Undisputed Era, the rest of Undisputed Era came out, provided a distraction, and as the referee was distracted, Fish and O'Reilly hit the high-low and got the pin on Riddle. I think they hit that on Riddle. They then ganged up on both of them. We were attacking them, and Ciampa came out to the rescue. He fights them off with the crutch, of course, and clears the ring. And he looks down at Goldie, who's there there at the edge of the ring. He says, no, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait, Goldie, because Daddy's going to war. Boom. 2 War Games matches. I know it's not official coming out of that, but I think it's safe to say this is going to be an additional War Games match. So this card, that's like a solid hour and a half at least of the card. So that leaves space for like 2 more matches, maybe. There's got to be the Cruiserweight Championship match. Lio Rush versus maybe Angel Garza, maybe against Tony Nese, maybe a triple threat, maybe a quadruple threat. I would love to see Kushida in there. But yeah, that's super exciting. And so currently, it looks like the teams will be Undisputed Era on one side and Ciampa, Riddle, and Keith Lee on the other side. I think that 4th spot, it's got to be 4-on-4, right? That 4th spot could be Dominic Dijakovic. I think it's got to be Keith Lee and Dominic teaming up together, getting together, and just knocking in all the heads. And I mean, Keith Lee and Matt Riddle are a great team too, but that the real powerhouse, just imagine being any other team having to go up against Keith and Dominic. That would just be awesome. But excuse me. That was this episode, and then they replayed the episode right after. I watched a good half hour of it again, because I went to make some food and all that kind of stuff. I would have watched the entire thing, but then I jumped into a game of Borderlands 3 with my cousins, and that was a lot of fun. Even though the game glitched and we couldn't continue a story mission, we got out of that and then did some boss fights, and that was good too. So yeah. Amazing episode of NXT. I really wish I had been there. Just for that opening, that was so awesome. But then all these brawls and everything. I am so excited for War Games. It's gonna be a great weekend. I have no idea what they're okay. So tomorrow is Crown Jewel. And so we can finally get to building to Survivor Series instead of spinning our wheels with these spectacle events for Crown Jewel. So that only leaves us 3 weeks, including the weekend of Crown Jewel, to build everything towards it. So, yeah, some things are already in progress, like the whole Rusev thing. If that plays into it, if they're both on opposing teams with Survivor Series teams, I don't know. But yeah, I kind of don't want to see brand versus brand this time around. Like, it would be nice if it was like factions versus factions, that kind of thing. Like the OC, they have to find a couple more people to have their Survivor Series team to face off against, like Ricochet and Viking Raiders, and a couple more people added to their. Oh, that could be it. Ricochet, Viking Raiders, and Street Profits all together to face off against the OC plus AOP, probably. That could be pretty awesome as a Survivor Series match, a traditional Survivor Series match or something like that. But yeah, well, I'll talk about that more as we actually get built towards it. But that's one match that I'd like to see. For the women, I guess the women would make more sense to have brand versus brand, because they don't have as many people who are active right now, that they would be able to do a Survivor Series. They don't have 10 total people on each thing, but they do each have at least 5, I think. So that might work out okay. But we'll see about that. I don't think if they do, and then they could just do without having a tag team Survivor Series match. I don't know. We'll see how the whole thing works out. I am just really excited for War Games. I kind of don't even care that much. Whatever happens at Survivor Series is what happens at Survivor Series. It's fine. Um, but whatever does happen, we'll see what does happen. I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk about that more. I'll have an episode. I am planning, probably going to watch Crown Jewel as it airs. Since I am not out of town doing traveling or driving or anything like that, I may as well watch it, I guess. But so I will do an episode about that. But before then, tonight is also Survivor. So I'll have an episode about that real soon. And then I may watch AEW tonight or in the morning as well. So stay tuned for all of those episodes. Let me know what you thought about this awesome episode of NXT. NXT is War. I posted that on Twitter. I don't know if nobody has liked it yet or whatever, but I think it's appropriate, at least for this month. Let me know what you thought about this awesome episode of NXT by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.